Tonight on the 10 o'clock news, we're learning disturbing new information about last week's arrest of 21-year-old Journey McGrew. She's charged with murder and concealing evidence after police say she killed a man inside the Cross Creek apartment complex on the west side. At the time, police were only reporting that the man died from blunt force trauma.
Well, now we've learned more about the weapon and the possible motive behind the killing. News4Jax reporter Eric Avanier joining us live outside the Duval County Jail, where McGrew was being held without bond. Eric.
Well, the fact that she remains held without bond here inside the jail may have a lot to do with some details about the case that we just uncovered today. In fact, we now know the murder weapon was a hammer. We also now know that the victim was found deceased with a letter on his chest, or a note on his chest that said, quote, pedo touches here, as in pedophile. And according to our crime and safety analyst, this case is now looking like a revenge killing. When police were called to the Cross Creek apartment complex to investigate a disturbance, they discovered the bloodied, dead body of 41-year-old Waduda Woodley. He was on the ground in front of apartment 207 in building 200, an apartment that belonged to 21-year-old Journey McGrew. According to police, Woodley had a written note on his chest that read, "Pedo touches children." The note appeared to be written in ink from a green highlighter. Police ordered McGrew out of her apartment, and as she was being detained, she reportedly asked if Woodley was still alive. Police later obtained a warrant to search her apartment. Police say that when they entered this apartment, they found a trail of blood leading from the doorway all the way to the bathroom. But that's not all they discovered. Other evidence collected inside McGrew's apartment included a bloody metal hammer, a bloody bathroom sink drain, bloody clothing, and a notebook along with a green highlighter. According to McGrew's arrest report, she initially told investigators that Woodley had been sexually grooming her since she was 8 years old and had sexually assaulted her multiple times. The report goes on to say she messaged him on the night of July 1st, stating that she had been sexually fantasizing about him and regretted treating him poorly. That night, she reportedly invited Woodley to her apartment. McGrew told police that by 1 o'clock the next morning, Woodley pressured her to have sex and that she denied him and asked him to leave. McGrew told police that as they were exiting the room toward the front entrance, she grabbed a hammer and hid it behind her back. McGrew said that when they got to the front door, Woodley grabbed her in a non-forceful manner, and that's when she began to hit him in the head and face with the hammer. When police...
Yeah, you can't do that. Now, if he came over and then pressured you, then go all over, grab that hammer, blah, 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 blah. But if you write him this sweetheart message, it's like you either go yeah, he did this for so long and I was tired of it and I wanted to get him here one last time and I planned it and I needed to take control. I was scared he was going to come back when I least expected it, when I turned my back and my guard was down or something. And then she did it. But if she going I wrote him and I said I'm sorry and all this and for treating him how I did, and then he came over and then he forced me to get, well, you know what he was going to want once he came over. So then to try to act like, oh, he tried to force sex and then I tried to leave and then, nah, you should go the other way. If he really touched you and you got proof of that, then hey, this is America. Yeah, we would have clapped for you. Yeah. But if he wasn't and you tricked him, then that's different. I don't know what to believe now.
Asked McGrew if she had invited Woodley over with plans to kill him. Her response was redacted from the arrest report. News4Jax crime and safety analyst Tom Hackney says JSO has a policy of redacting murder confessions and arrest reports before a defendant has their opportunity to have his or her day in court.
Idea of bringing him over there and telling him that she's fantasized about him was the ruse to get him there. And then the night progressed and it ended with his murder. It's
unclear if McGrew's story about being sexually groomed and assaulted by Woodley is true. Hackney says if they are proven to be true, then this is a revenge murder case.
Yeah, it's revenge. She should have did it he came over, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. But she probably was such a panic. She ain't even thinking about that. People don't plan this stuff out. She sent him the message, might be thinking that the police ain't going to even look that hard, or I don't know.
That taking matters into your own hand will only result in you going to prison if convicted of murder. Now, in this case, McGrew was charged with second-degree murder, but Hackney believes that based on some of the statements that she made that are in that arrest report, that prosecutors may see this as a premeditated act and upgrade her charge from second-degree murder to first-degree murder.
And that'd be crazy. If she got any proof, any pictures, any videos that like from that time when she was young that he was grooming her, then yeah, you need to bring that out, and then they ain't gonna charge her with that. Like it's gonna be like, damn, it's revenge, but he was doing this, boom, 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 8 years or something shit like that. But if she can't prove that, then it's just look, I don't know. If it's revenge, then like you almost accepting that he did what he did. And if that's the case, then hey, he got to get that. She could have did it. I wish she would have did it. If it's true, I wish she would have did it a little bit smarter. And if it's not, then she needs to get the death penalty or go to the insane asylum because she crazy making up stories like that and killing a man and doing all that with a hammer. That's what almost make it even more believable because she did it with a hammer. You know how upset you got to be mad at somebody to do with a hammer? Kill him? That's a lot of bow and do it again. That feeling, that vibration through your hand, that takes a lot. So I don't know. What y'all think, Cape Dwellers? Let's talk about it.